With the recent release of Apex Legends' season titled Arsenal, I thought it would be interesting to analyse why Apex has remained as a strong contender for one of the best and most played Battle Royales. Let's dive in. First of all, I want to start off just before Apex Legends, and that begins with Titanfall 2. I and many others believe it is the foundation of what Apex was built upon, and it's clear to see why. Many parts of the Titanfall universe have been brought into Apex, mostly due to them actually being in the same universe. For example, Valkyrie is a daughter of Viper, a character you fight in Titanfall 2. Lore is important, but what's most obviously brought over from Titanfall is the core gameplay. This is why Apex is such solid gunplay that rivals many of the best shooters out there. Naturally, some weapons are stronger than others, but the majority of them feel great with high quality sound effects and animations to boot. Titanfall 2 has retained a small but deeply loyal fan base over the years, mostly due to players wanting Titanfall 3, although it seems that is unlikely, especially since a similar game was cancelled. It was called Titanfall Legends, and it was going to prominently feature BT from the second game. You'd repair and upgrade BT in Rampart's workshop and pilot him during the campaign. Due to this being cancelled though, we only have Apex Legends left, and so that leaves us to where we are today. With a new legend, Ballistic, releasing recently, he makes the 24th legend, and one aspect that is done right in Apex is the lore and characters. Putting aside Titanfall 2, there's often a through line with characters and all of them have a backstory. The cast is also diverse and representative of many different peoples that players can relate easily with certain legends. Overwatch has a very similar outlook on the world and characters in it, and although the release of Overwatch 2 didn't go over too well, the heroes are great in terms of abilities and personality, and it's easy to see why Respawn followed in their footsteps with Apex Legends. Another reason why Apex is succeeding is because of the consistent content that follows the game each season. Now, especially with Battle Royales, this is a common occurrence, but I'd like to think that Respawn have nailed the quality of updates, and while some other games may update a little more often, Apex is much higher quality in what is introduced to the game. Most seasons come with a new legend, gun, map, or just an overhaul of how certain game systems work, and although some seasons have definitely been better than others, I think it's reasonable to appreciate the work that went into each one. As briefly mentioned before, Apex's gunplay and gameplay rivals the best shooters out there. Unique abilities are intertwined with a mix of close to long range combat that always stays fun and fresh. Massive props go to the teams behind the sound design, animations, and just general feel to the guns, as has been vital to keeping the gameplay consistently high quality over the 4 years Apex has been around. Many new guns have been added since release, and all have been fun to experiment with, even if they're not as viable as other weapons. Once again, the consistent content has kept Apex fresh. So, Respawn are overall doing things right, although I don't want to make this video about pointing out some flaws, mostly because I enjoy the game and I want to see it continue to succeed for the next 10 to 15 years. Respawn expect it to stick around. I'll only gloss over them, but first impressions of Ballistic are that its tactical ability directly contradicts a common design principle in character-based shooters, that abilities are important but gunplay is essential. This is because his tactical locks onto targets and deals a small amount of damage, but if the enemy affected shoots too much, their weapons overheat, causing more damage and therefore losing the ability to shoot temporarily. For now, we'll have to wait and see, but it seems to be a not so great ability. There's also issues with networking and people's connection to the game, as it's consistently poor for a lot of players, and the promised feature of 120 FPS for current gen consoles has seemingly been pushed aside. Certain weapons like the overpowered Nemesis remain unchanged, and legends like Revenant are simply left alone, even though they need significant changes. I'm fully aware this section of the video could age poorly, and some or all of these things will be changed, and if you're from the future, let me know what I got wrong here. But still, even with some issues, Apex is a great experience, and I highly recommend it to the majority of people watching. And on that note, thank you for sticking around to the end. And if you have any feedback for this video, or you want to discuss Apex, leave a comment and like below. I appreciate you clicking on the video, and so please have a nice day.